Central on News Central. Nigeria's gubernatorial and state assembly elections was held on the 18th of March for 31 state governors out of 36 states, and of course later on further pruned down. But the Lagos election was the highest profile among the races for powerful governorships in 28 of Nigeria's 36 states, as well as for state assemblies across the country.
Yeah, now we're with the votes tallied in districts representing 95% of voters. Incumbent Babajide Sanwo-Olu of the ruling All Progressive Congress had more than 736,000 votes compared to 292,000 for his closest rival, the Labour Party, which eventually was updated to more than 300,000 votes for the Labour Party's candidate Badebo Rhodes Viva, according to the Independent National Electoral Commission. Following Saturday's election, many have described the conduct of the exercise as one which was characterized by intimidation and violence. We have joining us Boyega Akosile, who's the Chief Press Secretary to the Lagos State Governor. He joins us to discuss the issues that define this year's elections. Good morning, and thanks for joining us, Mr. Akosile.
Good morning, Hansen, and my colleague. It's good to be part of this program this morning.
Absolutely. And now let's just focus on, I think, mostly on Lagos. According to Reuters, the turnout was just a small fraction of the 7 million registered voters, pegging it as a low turnout voting across polling units. That there's also been reports of voter suppression, intimidation, at polling units. And let's quickly take a look at some of these clips, and then we'll have you respond to this.
Thank you very much.
But kindly hold on, Mr. Akosile. Kindly hold on. Okay. Go ahead. We're gonna play something, but go ahead. Let's have you respond to claims of voter suppression and intimidation that may have also led to less number of people being able to participate in the elections, and eventually seeing how things turned out. Let's go ahead.
Thank you very much. So, like I was about to say, every election cycle comes with its own characteristics. We have a whole lot of narratives being turned out there from both the ruling party and the opposition parties, as it were. We have different narratives. Naturally, the opposition party will always come with sympathy kind of narrative, and they're usually very aggressive about it. And of course, telling people, oh, this election didn't go well. There was a use of the security forces against us. There was this, there was that. It's normal. I mean, I've been a journalist all my life. I've never done any other thing other than journalism. So, and I've covered several elections, in Nigeria, in some African countries, and of course in America too. I covered Barack Obama's presidential election, so I understand a bit of the feeling of the winners and the losers in election. So the dynamics that determine winning or losing in state A are usually different from state B. And see as you go on and on like that. Now let's narrow down to Lagos. What did we have in Lagos? We had a very free, fair, and credible election. I'm beating my chest to say that the election was free, fair, and credible. Now, how do I mean? You had election in 13,760-something polling units across the state. I think 768 polling units across the state. Mark it, please. 13,600, over 600,000, over 600 units. 13,600 something units. If I'm not sure of the exact number of 600 plus units. If you add an election in over almost 14,000 polling units across the state, and you have skirmishes in about 10 polling units or 20, let's even be generous, 30 polling units out of almost 14,000. Will that be used? Would that be termed as widespread? I voted. Where I voted, there was no incident at all. And where my mother, an almost 80-year-old woman, voted in some, suburban area of Mushi, there was no incident, because after the polling exercise, usually I go to my constituency, because that's my primary constituency, before I move to where I currently reside, and I have to vote where I reside. And because I have a permission to move around, I requested for it and I was granted. So I went, I think around 2 p.m. to where my mother, voted, and some of my siblings. There was no incident. And all through my movements down to that place, I didn't experience anything. Just like you and me, I monitored.
Mr. Akuzo, I just wanted to ask.
Just like you and me, I monitored. Let me just, end my point. Just like you and me, I monitored, the media, and I saw that there were incidents in Okota. There were incidents around Lekki area, which is usually a hotbed during elections, which it has always been, even before this election cycle. As a reporter, a police officer was shot in Lekki area around 18 years ago when I covered election. So that area has always been a hotbed. It's not now that you have the Soroseki generations and all their social media followers and all. No. It's just our people don't usually have a sense of history. That area has always been. And, of course, government is doing a lot about it. So we have incidents in that area. And I'm also told that there was an incident in, I think, around Abduli Ado or thereabouts. So when you have incidents in about 3 local governments and, units, will that be used as widespread? So reduce the media to magnify. What about over 700,000 or almost 800,000 people that voted? Are they not human beings?
Mr. Kole, what I wanted to ask is, from your analysis, what would you say would be a sizable number of polling units that would have voter suppression, voter intimidation, and of course threats, by party leaders of your party and the likes, before you can then say, okay, this was not free and fair?
All right, so I did not say that. You are the one putting it to me that I'm saying voter suppression. To me, there was no voter suppression.
No, you said skirmishes, and I'm saying that before, because what you're describing now is that out of over 14,000, about 14,000 polling units.
Okay, so maybe the question, maybe the question is that where you would have skirmishes, not voter suppression. There's no voter suppression. If there was voter suppression, my polling unit, I'm with you.
Yeah.
There was no voter suppression.
Yes. But what you described as skirmishes, would you say that those skirmishes can be also seen to have suppressed the freedom to vote, the fairness to vote? Because what we're talking about skirmishes now, I don't know if you would agree that these skirmishes include people being told that if they are from a particular ethnic group or a particular tribe in Nigeria, then they should not be welcome. And that includes, I'm sure you know MC Oluomo's statements, which of course, it was caught on video. Eventually then spoke about Mama Chikodi or Mama Chukudi. I don't know I can't remember the name. So would you say that these skirmishes that you've described include people being threatened, people being profiled, people being beaten by thugs, armed thugs, and the likes in certain places in Lagos? If those skirmishes, like you've described, happened in just a handful of places, like you've said, what would you describe as an adequate number of places for it to happen before you can then say, oh, this is enough for it to be declared or to be seen as an election that wasn't free and fair? What's a number that we can give?
Okay, thank you. I will say that a skirmishes in one place is good enough.
We seem to have connectivity issues there. Mr. Berg, are you there? Do you hear us? All right, go on.
Yes, I'm here.
Please go on.
Now, I won't be here and put a number to a number of places. Oh, that it has to happen in okay, we have almost 12,000 police units. That it must happen in 12,000 places before you say no. Because we condemn in strongest term, for electoral skirmishes, electoral violence, electoral intimidation, harassment in any form whatsoever. We don't want it. This is Lagos. This is not how we want to be described. This is not who we are as a people. We do not want ethnic profiling. We do not want people to be
Mr.
afraid to exercise their franchise. But for people to say there was widespread intimidation, widespread suppression, or people were not allowed to vote, I think it is uncharitable. I think it is wrong. Because a whole lot, almost 1 million people, actually, not almost, 1.2 million people voted. They voted for the parties of their choice. Some voted for APC that returned Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu with over 736,000 votes. Some voted for